Okay, so here I am. I'm about to do the security hierarchy. I already did the intro, and so I already did the junior security analyst intro room. Let me know if you want the junior security analyst intro video. I'll redo it if you want me to. So we're gonna go to the security hierarchy. Cybersecurity priorities are different for every company. For laws, primary goal is the privacy of legal documents. Factory, the availability of production lines for hospitals, patient safety. That's why every company has a unique security approach and a security team structure. Look at the high example of it. Executives, security leadership, security managers, technical. So this is where we would be at right here. Oh, that's the security hierarchy spectrum. If you're trying to land these roles, if you're trying to break into cybersecurity, this is where you would start. Yeah. Top executives like the CEO focus on global business objectives and don't manage technical aspects. That's why they hire a chief information security officer or a similar role who knows the business and can create the most suitable security departments. In tiny companies, the IT department takes a bigger role in securing the company. Small and medium-sized companies may have a generic information security team that does all sorts of tasks. For this room, we will be focusing on bigger companies with a CISO overseeing multiple security teams, each handling with a specific task. For example, red team, offensive security experts, pen testers, ethical hackers who look for security issues, GRC team, specialists managing policies and ensuring compliance with regulations like PCI DSS. This one right here, data. Payment card industry data security standard. And then blue team is defensive security experts like SOC analysts, engineers, and incident responders. Yeah, so when I do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Oh, uh, CISO. Yeah, the answer is CISO. And then the other answer is blue team. Yeah, that's it. And then we're going to meet the blue team. Here it is. Blue team about defensive security. Meaning it constantly matters. Attacks try to respond them quickly, depending on the company's size and sector. Blue team includes a lot of different roles, sub-departments, counting the 30 to 15, counting 3 to 50 members total. Now let's explore the most common blue team departments. So it's usually counting 3 to 50 members total. Let's explore the most common blue team departments, which is where you're most likely to start off your cybersecurity journey. SOC is the central hub. Cybersecurity, this is where the first line of defense. Work with various alerts and handle most attacks. You can read more SOC structure in this room. But an official SOC is usually imposed of the following rules: L1 analyst, L2 analyst, engineers, manager. Um, so we're on to CIRT, um, CSIRT, cyber fighters, firefighters. So you got CSIRT manager, CSIRT manager, um, forensics lead, um, threat intel expert, threat hunting expert, malware analyst. Usually called on demand, supports SOC with analysis, handles critical incidents, identifies hidden threats, performs deep forensics, and recovers breach systems. So if a SOC expertise is not enough, or the incident goes out of control, you urgently call the firefighters, CERT, CERT, CCERT, or CERT, or CIRT, also called CSIRT or CERT. Um, the members should also have a broad knowledge of cyber threats and handle breaches without depending on tools like EDR, SIEM. A CERT job is stressful and responsible, but also rewarding. Here are a few CERT examples. Japan's CERT handling nationwide breaches, private team responding to global incidents, investigate security incidents of AWS customers, DevSecOps. Large companies, technology focused startups, and government agencies often require narrow and specialized blue team roles, exciting and highly valuable, but requiring deep topic knowledge and broad experience in broader fields like SOC or IT. These narrows includes digital forensics analyst, threat intelligence analyst, AppSec engineer, AI researcher. So does blue team focus on defensive or offensive security? So it focuses on defensive. Which department handles active or urgent cyber incidents? Uh, is that the name of it? Yeah. Cyber incident response team. So advancing your SOC career. So starting as a stock L1 analyst, it may be a great option to broaden your cyber world awareness and better understand the more specialized roles. Moreover, the entry level SOC and L1 role can be fun and engaging. You'll be dealing with real attacks, protect the company from advanced threat groups, and learn a lot during the process. Let's see how you start. Number one, you gain core SOC skills. So this is the one right here. Blue team. Blue team introduction, blah blah blah. That kind of thing. So yeah. So SOC skills, practice them. Related skills like red teaming and general IT would help too. Be proactive, try yourself and capture the flag, stay in the loop of cyber news, and consider the SAL1 certification. Prepare for an interview, learn the difference between an internal SOC and an MSSP, and apply for a job. After working for some time in a junior position, consider preparing and advancing to more senior roles. Not every organization has the expertise to operate in a SOC on its own or relies on a managed security services provider. A company that delivers outsourced security services, most commonly SOC, to its clients. Working at MSSP is typically high pressure, but it's also a good option to quick start your career. While recommend applying for any open SOC position as your first job, it is also important to understand the differences. So scenario example, if you work in, so for internal SOC, you work, yeah, so topic is internal SOC versus MSSP. So the scenario example, you work in a SOC team of the bank and protect its bank systems. For MSSP, you would be working for the global MSSP, protecting 60 customers in Europe. Working pace, you usually have calm sips without too much time pressure. And when it comes to internal SOC, when it comes to MSSP, your shift usually starts from a queue of urgent alerts to analyze. Security tools, when it comes to internal SOC, you work with just a few tools, but need to know them very well. When it comes to MSSP, you have to work with 60 diverse security tools and platforms. When it comes to incident practice and internal SOC, you saw and learned from just two major cyber attacks last year. In MSSP, every week you deal with attacks and breaches and can learn from it. The next steps, the most natural next step after L1 is to become a SOC L2 analyst, but you are free to choose another path. While handling a SIEM alert, you might notice that engineering network appeals to you more. During a cyber attack, you may be fascinated by cert actions. You may also find yourself well suited as a manager and build your path to the CISO role. No matter what, your first year or two is to get real work experience and to spend this time effectively. Follow the tips below. So, you have to learn from every alert, understand why a rule is triggered, and use it to sharpen your detection skills. You have to think like an attacker. So ask, why would the attackers be able to do it? Before triaging, how did they do it? Verify everything. Never assume, always validate alerts and suspicious behavior in logs, and then get involved in incidents. Real attacks teach lessons no lab can. Yeah, real attacks teach lessons no lab can. They are worth a sleepless night. How would you call a cybersecurity company providing SOC services? So if you look at this one, so MSSP, Managed Security Services Provider, is a company that delivers outsourced security services, most commonly SOC. So the answer is MSSP. Which role naturally continues your SOC L1 analyst journey? Which role naturally continues your SOC L1 analyst journey? So that would be, I believe this one. Oh yeah, this one is SOC L2 analyst. So once you get through SOC L1 and you want to level up, go through the SOC analyst to SOC L2 analyst. Really nice. I think this is something that I needed to learn from before before really considering cybersecurity engineer. This is definitely something that you kind of need to go through. You know, it's really nice. Um, for this task, imagine yourself as a CEO, CISO of TryHackMe, a big multinational company. You oversee multiple departments and deal with incidents every month. As many as 7 incidents are happening at the same time. And you have to choose the right people to deal with each and every one of them. Do you know the security rules well enough to complete this challenge? Website instructions. View site. Open the attached website by clicking the View Site button above and consider resizing it or opening it in full screen for a better view. Then drag and drop the roles from the left to the incidents on the right. If your choices are correct,
Claim your flag and complete the task. You can reset the website at any time by clicking the reset button. So let's see here. So 7 security tasks require an action, and you have to choose the right people to deal with each and every one of them. Observe the roles up top. Drag the correct roles and drop it on the corresponding scenario below. So we have Alice, the threat researcher, Robert, the cert lead, and Ben, the penetration tester. I think there's more. Oh, we have Eugen, the SOC engineer. You have Susan, the SOC L2 analyst. You have Nick, the GRC auditor. You have Lucas, the SOC L1 analyst, the newbie analyst. And that's it. Um, so SIEM created an alert about FWNY-01 firewall brute force. Who should triage the alert? So SIEM firewall brute force. Let me, like I said, I don't know everything, so I'm just doing everything for the first time. Just a huge disclaimer. Huge disclaimer. I'm only doing this for the. I'm only. I'm kind of new into this, so huge disclaimer. Yeah, so fair warning, I may get a couple or a few things wrong, but it's okay because we all learn. Um, SIEM created an alert about FWNY01 firewall brute force. Who should triage the alert? I think it's the SOC L1. Okay. The HR manager, Anna, launched a phishing malware. Who should make the deep analysis? I want to say between SOC engineer or L2. Let's see. Eugene. The office in France was somehow hit with ransomware. Immediate response is required. Maybe it's Ben. I think it's Ben. The office in France was somehow hit with ransomware. Immediate response is required. Our server storing the credit cards require PCI DSS audit. Who can help us here? Probably the SOC engineer. Yeah. Who can check the new version of TryHackMe.thm for vulnerabilities? Is there more than one answer? Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So there's seven answers, but there's six. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. There. Oh wait, no. There is seven answers. Yeah, each one has to be okay. The threat researcher. can't move it. I wish you can move it. A CM, I think I kind of messed up. Fin 7 through group threat group actively targets our company. Who can analyze their tactics? Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Okay. Threat researcher. CM is unavailable due to a storage limit. Who can investigate this issue? Um, okay. Our server is storing. Oh, GRC auditor. SOC engineer. Let's see. Incorrect roles assigned to the scenarios. Please try again. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. HR manager. Bench Ben. Oh, maybe Ben. Maybe Ben can do that. Um, probably Lucas. And then SOC L2, maybe. Cert lead. Cert lead. Yeah, and yeah, GRC auditor. Let's see. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Yeah, I think that's what I got wrong. I had Ben as penetrations tester. I had Ben as penetration tester. So just for just for repeat, Ben is penetration tester to investigate the issue. You also, if you're issue investigating, it would take a SOC engineer. Fin 7, who who actively targets the company. If it's a threat, you have to do a threat researcher. The cert lead would do this one. Server storing the credit, which require PCI DSS audit. That would be a GRC auditor. And then SIEM created alert about firewall brute force, triage the alert, and then to make a deep analysis, you would go for SOC L2. And those are your answers. All right, and that's it. So, great job in this challenge. Now you know how SOC team works, where it's placed in a security structure, and what you do to start your career journey. Now continue to next rooms and learn what SOC actually protects. Human and systems. Alright, and that brings us to the end of the video. Uh, I'll see you on the next one.